Hey, hey, hey! Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me on Lunch and Learn, episode 56. I believe it's 56. I don't know. I lose count. Anyway, today we're going to talk about leading versus influencing. And before I start on that, I want to say that if you guys have not done so, absolutely always have my episodes on my Facebook. The way you can find them in the future is you click on someone's photos, and then you click on album, and then you click albums, and you click on video. And that's the way you can find future episodes. I feel like I'm so short here. Woo, let me turn it on. Okay, so you can find them that way, and I also have them on my YouTube channel, so please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/create wealth with Tara, or just go to YouTube and search Tara Wilson Lunch and Learn, and I have 54 episodes there. I have to upload 55, and today it's 56. I will get them both on there. So this is a big one. I just came back from Eric and Marina Worre. They put on the most powerful women in network marketing event in Las Vegas, and oh my gosh, my notes are upstairs, but I have a book full of fresh content. In fact, I have my next 15 Lunch and Learns all planned out for you guys, so get ready for an onslaught the next 2 weeks of about 2021 new episodes that are going to rock your world. Some of them off the top of my head is the Mompreneur. I'm going to do a Mompreneur series about how I build, how I've done, made millions of dollars while being a mom of 3 children. One of them which I had, while I was in this industry. So today we are going to talk about, is my video okay? Do I look really short? Do I need to try to change it? Anyone? Yes, no? Am I okay? Am I okay? Give me a like. Okay. So today we're going to talk about leading versus influencing. And this was Eric Worre gave me this great inspiration. He came on stage every couple minutes and really gave us some good content. So leading versus influence. And now what I'm going to say is, in this industry, unlike no industry in the world, we have people that sometimes get, their best friend calls them and says, hey, if you get in right now, I'll put you above everyone I ever enroll from now until the end of time. And in some compensation plans, they get a lot of people underneath them. So you hear them saying, oh, I have, 500 people in my downline, or I have 100 people in my downline, or I have 1,000 people in my downline, or 10,000 people. What you don't know is that they didn't put any of them in, right? Or you get some comp plans that have weird things that volume can count twice, and all of a sudden someone that does like 30,000 in volume is getting recognized for this rank that's really like 150,000 in volume, and you're like, wait a minute, and they're thrown into leadership. Well, let's talk about leadership and what it's not. Leadership is not being because you put somebody in the system. Leadership is not somebody who posts calls and events and information. Leadership is not somebody who runs a Facebook group or a WhatsApp thread or a text message thread. Leadership is not someone who just shows up at events. Leadership is not someone who shows up on calls. Leadership is not somebody who holds a title. This is the only industry in the world where you get here and then sometimes you can fall back to here, but you get called this, right? If you're the CEO of Google and you get demoted to vice president, they start calling you vice president, but that's here nor there. And so there's always high rank, and then there's paid rank, which I think is really weird, but that's okay. Anyway, leadership is not someone who holds a rank, right? And leadership is not somebody who just makes money, because you can make money by going out and, like, let's say you have a kit that's $1,000, and you get let's just make a 300, 400, 500, whatever, fast start bonus, and you are really good at closing, and you go close 10 of these every month and make $4,000 or $5,000. Well, that's great, because in network marketing, $50,000 a year is an extraordinary income, right? But are you a leader? No, you're a closer. So leadership is not all those things. Leader's not somebody who just enrolled you. Leadership is not somebody who just sits there and is part of the gang. Leadership, there's many definitions, and I'm going to go through them. And then there's leadership, and then there's influence. Leadership, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, this month, actually, what's today? The 6th or the 5th? 6th. So this month is my 10-year anniversary. We're going to have a great celebration on March 15th, which is going to mark my 10-year anniversary. So definitely tune in that day. Which day is that? That's going to be a Wednesday. It's going to be a great, we're going to have a party that day. All right. So leadership, in my opinion, is someone who makes a decision to take responsibility for the results in their team. They take ownership of that. When there's a win, they celebrate the wins and they give out the way win. When there's a loss or a bad stuff, they take ownership, right? If the needle's moving, it's the whole team. If the needle's not moving, it's your fault. It's my fault, right? If my team's not growing, I don't sit there and say, oh, why aren't all you people working for me? It's my fault. Now, my team's growing by about 1,000 people, with distributors and customers a month. And I'm not even happy with that. Why? Because we grew 1,000 people last month, and then the month before, I want to be growing 2,000. If I was doing my job, we would be doubling every month. And so I realized this weekend that I need to step up my game. So a true leader is really what you probably would want to call is an influencer. Influence, the highest form of influence, write this down. The highest form of influence is moral authority. It means you have walked the walk. Somebody who sits above a lot of people just signed up. They didn't walk the walk. The reason I can train you and teach you and show you how to build a business if you're on my team is because I've been walking the walk every day, all day for 10 years. In fact, I enrolled 12 people last month. 10 years in the industry, 16 months in my company, and I enrolled 12 new people last month. A couple distributors and I think 10 customers. How many people did you enroll, right? I am still doing the things that I am teaching my team to do. A lot of people say, oh, I'm doing the things I expect my team to do. I don't expect anybody to do anything. All I can do is what I can do, and I hope to influence them. I hope to motivate them by my actions, right? Because I can only take responsibility. This is a volunteer army. I cannot make anybody do anything. I can inspire them by my actions, right? So leadership is really influence. It means they lead by example, right? Their word is based on experience. It's not based on what they learned being on 80 calls over the last 2 years, sitting in a position above a bunch of people and have never recruited anybody, right? It doesn't mean I don't care if you've read 400 books on network marketing, you're not a leader until you go out and you get your knees scraped and you fall down and you get up time and time again and you have results. You have rejection, you have obstacles, but you ultimately have results. You have successes. You motivate yourself and you have those private victories which turn into public victories, and you do it over and over again. And once you've done that, you are influential in being able to teach other people also how to have success, right? So they lead by example. People listen to them when they speak, on calls, on webinars. When they go into a market, the needle moves. When they go into a market, activity comes from that, right? So you go into a market and nothing happens, you're not leading. You're hanging out. If you go into the market and you move people into action and you start seeing results, then you are a leader. If you get on a call and results come from that, and action happens, people get enrolled, activities are made, people are putting people in their funnels, signing them up, following up, you are a leader. If people are moving up in rank on your team because of the direct result of you working with them, you are a leader, right? You're an influencer. Have you walked the walk? Do you talk the talk? When they come into a room, people listen, people respect them because they are influential, because they have moral authority. And again, Maxwell says, that is the highest form of influence, which is moral authority. Walking the walk. I always think it's interesting when, and even in my own household, this was actually a little bit of a bitter subject for a short while with my husband and I, because I had made it to, a diamond rank, which was me, and there was 9 people of my rank or higher in my last company, and out of probably a few 100,000 distributors. So it was pretty good. And they had these jackets. So if you get to the X rank, which is about almost anywhere from $700,000 to $1 million a year income, right? I think we made $900,000 that year. You get a jacket. And my husband wanted a jacket. And I was like, well, I don't care if you wear the jacket, but I think it's kind of weird that you want to. Because I'm wearing the jacket, and when I walk through the hall, and there's 12,000 people in my convention, and some little person that just joined a month ago, they don't know who's who and what's what and who's done it, and the fact that my husband's never been on a call and never enrolled anybody. He's been to the events, he supports me, he loves me, he takes care of stuff on our back end. I mean, I couldn't do it without him. Like, you know, he does our finances, and he runs a household, and he makes kids lunch, and he's my absolutely true half. But in the business, it was me. I was the one that was out there recruiting, training, traveling to markets, going into homes. He never stood up in front of a living room and did a presentation in 10 years. So you get my drift. Give me a like if at least you're tracking with me. And so he said, I want to wear the jacket. And I said, why? That jacket represents a milestone that I hit from words. It represents lessons. It represents experience. And I have the story. So when someone walks up to you and says, how did you get to Diamond Ambassador? I'm curious. What are you going to tell them? What advice are you going to give them? And he didn't understand that it wasn't about my ego or I only wanted. I said, wear the jacket if you want. But make sure when somebody who truly wants mentorship comes up to you, you say, oh, I'm the technology guy. Oh, he did events. I mean, he did so much. Believe me, I couldn't have done it without him. So I don't mean to demean it. We had parts, but his part wasn't the part where he could take that brand new person and say, this is what it's like. I understand where you are because I've been there. I've got rejected. I've driven 90 miles each way to have nobody show up. I've gotten a plane to go to a market to have 5 people put in front of me and nobody signed up. You know, I've been criticized, rejected. I've had the most weird experiences. I've been hung up on in the middle of a 3-way call and text like, I just want to let you know I hung up. Not interested. You know, everything. You haven't. And that new person who wants to have what we have needs to know the real truth. If you haven't had your knees scraped, if you've never been on a football field and know what it's like to be pummeled and pummeled and pummeled as a quarterback, and you know that fear, you don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be a quarterback. Oh, the sun went down. Woo, got all dark. So I don't know what it's like, right? You could read 5,000 books on surfing, riding a bike, parachuting. Would you go parachute with no help if you read 5,000 books? Heck no! You're gonna throw yourself out of a plane, you know, 2 miles out, and hope that what you read was right, and hope that parachute with hope you packed it right. Heck no! Well, guys, these are people's lives. So here's what I'll tell you. Because, okay, that's a problem, right? So the problem is that there's people all over the industry that claim to be leaders, that claim to know what they're doing while they sit in their ivory tower. A leader is in the field, in the trenches. You know a real leader because they're on the phone. They're 3-way calls, they're launch calls, they're webinars, they're Zooms, they're in the living room, they're traveling to market. They're not sitting home posting about their lavish lifestyle on the beach every week. That's not a leader. It's a has-been. That's a historian. That's someone who's retired. They're done leading. They led. Now they're done. They're retired. You know, I love it because there's great people. I mean, like, there's people who've made millions in this industry. Like the guys back in Amway. I don't think Dexter Yeager's alive anymore, but he makes $1 million a month. Guaranteed. Like, if he's still in the field, he's a leader. If not, he was a leader. You know, we're not historians in this industry. It's about what's happening today. So, how can you be a leader? Now, here's what the good news is you don't have to have anybody on your team to be a leader. You don't have to have a title. You don't have to have the paycheck. When I got into network marketing 10 years ago, I was working full-time with 2 small kids in the mortgage industry, wholesale mortgage, 40 hours a week. I had never had a day of network marketing experience other than having someone host a jewelry party in my house. That was my entire experience in network marketing. So is it light okay? Because it went dark outside. It's like, I feel like, woo, it's dark. Anyway, so I had no experience. None. Who's going to believe in me? All my friends said no. In fact, I thought I had it with me. So I was just, 2 days ago, the new Go for No for network marketing. So Go for No is one of the best-selling books. I request everybody that joins my team to read it. It's one of the 5 favorite books to understand the psychology of the never quitting. But Go for No for Network Marketing was just released March 4th, and I had an experience of rejection, and God love it that 2 months after I was interviewed, the girl that, my best friend of 24 years that rejected me joined me, and I'm like, I wish I could have put that in the book, but it was too late. It got to publishing. I had no experience. All my family was already in my first company when I joined, and all of my friends said no. How did I succeed? Right? How did I succeed? Because I was willing to learn. So I found somebody in my way upline, enrollment line too, enrollment upline, like 80 generations up, and she lived 25, 30 miles from me. And every week I went to her meeting. Every week she had a standing meeting in her house, which I don't recommend. And every meeting she put out a spread of food, and I would bring people there and would sit in the front row, and I took notes every single week. And then I would go home and say, hey, I don't know, but this lady is making $300,000 a year after 10 months. And I've been going to her meetings, and her income keeps going up. And all I know is she's saying this and getting into living rooms. Let's start getting into living rooms. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I want to make $500 a month. Do it with me. It was me. I was selling them on me. I wasn't selling them on her. They never contacted her. They never got on her calls. They didn't go to her webinar. They learned from here, but they bought into me. From the moment I got into network marketing, I didn't even know. Nobody even told me because I had no upline. My sister, God bless her heart, she's amazing. She's made over $1 million. My brother made over $1 million. But we were all joined the same day. We had no idea what we're doing. We figured it out. Oh, man. So my sister and I have some funny stories. I mean, we're literally like, people are like, get off, stop talking, And like, we have great stories. But here's the bottom line is, from the moment I started, it never dawned on me to sell them on anybody else. I sold their story of what was possible, but I sold them on me. I want to work myself out of irrelevancy. I'm sick of being like the deal. I don't want to be I want you to be the deal. If you're on my team, I want you to be the deal. I want people like, let's say your name is Marsha. I want people to go, oh my God, Marsha's coming to my house. Marsha's getting on my call. And then there's Marsha. I think she's under this gal named Tara Wilson. Oh yeah, she's great. I see her on stage and I've heard her on a couple calls, but man, Marsha, she's right here in our town. And Marsha's so smart and the kindest person, and she'll be in your living room. She'll get you started right. She'll show you the comp plan. She'll get you launched. Marsha's the deal. I want that for everybody on my team. And guys, I'm giving you all permission, wherever you are in the industry, you lead your team. Sure, use your upline stories as inspiration of what is possible. But you look at them and say, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing, but this is what's possible. Let's go figure it out to make $500 together, $1,000 together. You and me, let's go. Let's look like idiots together in living rooms. Let's get a whiteboard. Let's pull up notes. Hey, look, I watched my upline, 6 weeks in a row. I took notes. They said this, which is their story. They said this, and they pushed this video, and they're having these results. So if we do that, we're going to have the same results. That's why I never, in all of network marketing, this is my 4th company, the 2 of them aren't in existence anymore. The 3rd one is just still there. But I've never, everybody who's ever been in my upline will tell you I have never, ever used my upline. Not because I don't love them. Oh, my sponsor and my enroller right now is one of the most amazing, beautiful people I've ever met. If I needed her, she would be there. Ask her how many 3-way calls she's done with me. 0. Why? Because she's not going to help them build their dream. I am. You are. You lead them. Figure it out together. Be willing to put in the time to learn and then do it. Fall down, stumble, and then have the success. And when you start scoring the touchdowns, you will become invincible, and you will be the one that when you walk into a room, or you get on a call, or you go to a market, they will say your name. And your upline will just be sitting there so proud for you, because that's where legacies are built. That's where true leaders are born. When you make the decision. I got the goosebumps myself. I get myself the goosebumps. Oh, give me love if you got the goosebumps. I got the goosebumps all over my body and on my legs. Leadership. Oh, I still have them. I love you guys. Leadership is when you make the decision to be responsible, 100% responsible for the results in your team. Now, if you're on my team, everyone knows this. I love my team like I love my family. I absolutely love my team like I love my family, and I will help you, and I guide you, a mentor, and I will help you get to that point where you become the leader. I will help you. I will guide you. All of you, keep watching the Lunch and Learn. And guys, I'm telling you, I wish I had my little notebook here. Almost want to run upstairs and get it, but I'll just tell you, don't tune out. We have lots of episodes coming. I promise you guys, like 200 this year. I think we got like 160 to go. They're coming. I'm on fire. I'm doing what I love to do. So thank you guys for listening, and I will see you tomorrow for sure. And make sure again that you subscribe, youtube.com/Create Wealth with Tara, or just go to YouTube and find me and my Lunch and Learns, and share this with your team, guys. We always give general free MLM training. So that whatever company you are, whatever stage you are, I hope to bring you value, because this industry has changed my life in every way, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, and it's made me a better person, a better friend, a better wife, a better mother, a better leader, a better teacher, a better student, and I am going to spend the rest of my life sharing it with you. So thank you, guys. And this will be on YouTube today. Mwah. Have a great day. Happy Monday. Make this a great week and go lead your teams. Bye.